have my cherry sweater on, my cherry ice makeup. Let's have some fun with our hair. As always, just will roughly comb through the hair, and then I think just gonna go in with the Coco and Eve Miracle Hair Elixir as my heat protectant slash a little bit of extra shine today. And then for my root lifting product, I'm gonna go in with my tried and true longtime favorite because I need some really good lift today using the Catwalk Root Boost. And I am going to put this here at the front. And then I'll also put a little bit here at the crown. Now this is a pretty potent product, so you don't need to just go nuts and spray this everywhere. Just put it in the places where you want that extra lift. Okay, and now let's go in with the blow dryer. So it's always at this point where you're wondering, Shirley, what are you doing? Well, let's have a little bit of fun. So if you saw my last video, you'll know I went back a lot shorter on my Pixie, and you can see just how short these hairs are right here. So I'm going to start right here on the part with my flat iron, and this is going to hopefully help us just keep the hair going in that direction. Do you see how that, it almost like kind of glues and sets the hair in place a little bit. And I'm gonna let that cool, go through the front here and kind of do a little bit of the same thing. And then right here, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do kind of a swoop in the back. So I'm going to just kind of put all these sections going in that direction. And then here at the front, kind of have some ideas. I never know exactly how it's going to turn out. I have a plan, but as you know, hair kind of sometimes has a mind of its own. So first time doing a new style is always a challenge. And then let's see right here, I'm gonna break this up because I don't want to end up with just this flat section in the back. So we're going to break that up a little bit. And then here on the sides as well, I'm going to go kind of up. And this front section, we are also going to go up and back. And I'm just doing real small groups of hair. I am not doing the whole front section at once, and that is because I want to end up with some kind of individual curls sections, if you will, and then from there we will further style. Okay, and then here on the sides, this is always the quandary. What do we do with this section? Today we're gonna straighten it out a little bit to start with. All right, let's go, let's just for fun go back. And this front section, if you feel like it's looking too high, you can always kind of fake that it's shorter length there by curling the flat iron a little bit closer to your head. All right. Maybe one more or two more sections here on top. You want to do as much of the kind of curling or sectioning with your flat iron before you start in with your pomade. All right, I think we're going to stop here for the moment. And today definitely requires Enjoy Dry Wax. I'm going to start off with a decent amount, about my kind of usual, maybe just a tiny bit more. And with this product, you really need to fully rub it between your hands until it's all warmed up. In the wintertime, when it's cold, it'll take a little longer to do this, but just consider it your arm workout for the day. All right, so once it is fully absorbed, or it looks like it's absorbed, your hands just look shiny, now is the time to just work it through the hair. And when I do these kinds of styles, I just kind of like to crunch and almost like I'm curling the hair inward. And this pomade does not dry, so you can continue to manipulate it, but it does set. So it has a very firm hold, but you can keep manipulating the hair, the styling. That's one thing that I love about it. So if I'm doing a look like this that I have really no idea how it's going to turn out, I use this pomade because I can continue to move the hair around until it gets to the point where I'm satisfied. So in the back here, I think we're going to sweep it over and then we'll kind of bring it around. I'll show you that in a moment. And now we're just going to play with the sides here a little bit. Okay, I think I'm kind of like this little curl here, but just going to fine tune it a little bit with my flat iron there. All right, I think I've moved everything around to basically how I want it to be. Let me show you the back here. So you see I've got it kind of going this way. So now let's just further refine and set everything in place. And this is a newer hairspray to me. This is the REDKEN 28 Control Hairspray. So I'm gonna give this a try today and just see exactly how much control we have with this hairspray. I don't like how this smells, and it reminds me of the old time Aquanet, but it dries so fast. All right, I put in some earrings, added my jewelry, and thankfully I also pulled out my mirror to look at the back of my hair because I had a section that was a little wonky. But now here is the finished look. And I've done similar styles like this before, but I feel like every time it turns out a little differently. And this time, because my hair is quite a bit shorter, I wasn't sure how this was going to come together and if I could get those shorter hairs to really kind of come over in a deeper part. But you can see we did that just fine, and it really does help pulling in the flat iron there, just putting a little curve on the tip of that hair. I mean, that hair is probably, it's less than 2 inches right there, but we still got it to curve over and stay over. And then if you are ever bored with your hair, just try pushing all of the hair in the back towards one side or the other. I always love that trick. I think it just adds a nice little touch, and it makes the back of your hair just as interesting as the front. I hope that you enjoyed this video. As always, you can check the description box down below for links to all the products I used, as well as my sweater. And if you're interested in this cherry ice makeup look, I'll link it right here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.